Welcome back, everybody. It's a freezing cold day here today, very bright outside, as you can probably see from the window behind me. I think it was about -7 or 8 this morning when we woke up. But anyway, this video is a continuation of the themes we started in our Outlook videos. So as a quick recap, we went through a method using Outlook to achieve our zero inbox and have a stress-free and productive email experience. And one of the tools we used to complement Outlook was To Do via the To Do pane. And I often get asked which task manager to use, as Microsoft appear to offer several different options, which does cause some confusion. So my answer is Microsoft To Do is my preferred task management tool, and I'm going to share an overview of it today, and also delve into the system that I actually use alongside Microsoft To Do. So here we are back in Outlook, and I can drag an email to my To-Do pane and create a task. I can also, if I click on this, just select a section of the text. So if I just highlight this, so a left click to select, and then a little menu appears and I can create a task that way as well. So similar to we did in the last video. But you'll notice when I drag the email, we get add a task or add an event. And a few people ask, what's the difference between a task and an event? So an event is something that takes place on a specific day at a given time in a specific place. So if I'm going to do a training session, I need to be in my office here in front of my PC with Teams open, and I need to be ready to go. Plus, I need to be meeting the other party at an agreed time. So that does go in my calendar because it's going to happen at a specific time on a specific date. Now a task, that's slightly different. So that's something which can be done at any time in the day. It may need to be done on a certain day, that's true, but it doesn't matter if I do that task at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock or 3 o'clock, for example. And you'll probably find that most tasks in our to-do list, they don't need to be done on that day. They aren't time sensitive, and you could probably do them tomorrow or maybe in a couple of days' time. So we need to be clear on the difference, and when we get used to those concepts, things start to make sense. So getting back to the actual to-do pane, you can see there's a drop down here that we didn't really look at last time. So I'll just drop that down now, and we've got various headings, and we'll go through these headings and we'll talk about where they show up in other areas of M365. The other one you can drop down is the show recently completed, but I don't usually have that open because I don't want to see stuff that I've already done. And we've also got a button here for manage all tasks. But what we'll do now is we'll move over to the actual Microsoft To Do app. So there's a few different ways we can do this. So I've actually got To Do installed. So if I click Start and then go to my Microsoft Office folder, there is actually the To Do app. Now I like to do things in the web browser, so I've also opened it up here. Now to do that, if I click back on Outlook, we click our 9 dots at the top there, and we'll see To Do in the list. And that's all I've done there is I've clicked on that, and it opens this window here. There is a third way. So if I click on my calendar here, you'll actually see To Do is in the left pane there as well. They all look very, very similar. They're subtly different. I think on the To Do app, you actually get a nice picture behind on your My Day list. I think that's the reason for that is To Do is actually an evolution of the Wunderlist tool, which I used many years ago before Microsoft rebranded it and made it into the To Do app after they purchased the company. So it's quite an overlooked tool, but it can be really powerful. And you can install this on your mobile devices as well. So I have the To Do widget on my iPhone home screen, so I can quickly capture the actions, and whenever I do so, it'll appear in my task list.
which is what we were looking at on the email page. So we've got the messages there that we dragged in, and if I click back, so we've got the NIS2, we've got an event, and we've got a Black Friday deal there. So let's just get rid of that, and we'll go back to do, and we can see that those are mirrored in here too. So the left pane we can see is split into two sections and divided by the line there. Now the top section are the ones that Microsoft make for you, and then these are ones that I've made to run my productivity system. And at the top of the list here we've got my day. So if I just click on that, so I think this is the bit on the actual app that you see the fancy picture. So obviously I'm doing this video today, and this is automatically moved into the My Day section because I actually put a date on it. So if I click into the app, into the task, another pane opens, and we get some more options. So we can add steps in. We can make as many steps as we like. We can manually add it to My Day, which you need to do if you don't put a date on. We can put reminders in. If I click on here, we can put a due date on. We can make it a repeatable task. We can categorize it, and these are the same categories that we created in Outlook, in our Outlook videos, and we can attach files, and we can add the notes as well. And then we'll just collapse that there. So underneath are the lists that you can make yourself, and I'm glad they call them lists because people tend to use this as a project management tool as well, and it's not a project management tool, it's a task management tool, and I think there is a difference. So I've set these up based on things I need to do this week. So I'll click on here. So I'm doing my YouTube video today. I've got some HMRC paperwork to do. I need to sort some EDF bills out for my late father, and also some readings for the solar panels on his house. So I've put those in this week, and the way I like to do this is a time sector system. So we've got next week, this month, next month, we've got long term on hold, and then we've got my routines that I go through. And if we want to make one of the other tasks appear in My Day, I can click on it to open the pane on the right here, and add to My Day, and the little icon appears there, and you can also see that the task list has increased to 3 up there, and we can see it here. We'll just go back to the this week view. So to remove that from My Day, if you need to, we just click the remove My Day there. So you can't click on there, but if you just hover over that tile, click remove from My Day, and away it goes. Now, if you try and manage your day on a task level, it's really easy to get overwhelmed. So if we look on tasks here, in my this is a test account. So in my main account, there are many tasks, and I don't look at them all at once. So and also, as I said, I don't put my project tasks in here either. So I use this time sector system. So I've set up my processing times. We did this on the email video. So as a quick recap, I spend some time in the morning planning my day, and then I set time aside to actually process actually work on the emails through the day. I do it twice a day. And the reason I use a time sector system is we've got a limited amount of hours in each day, which I see as a positive because it gives us some constraints. And it means we need to pick which work we're going to do. So what we're actually going to put into this, My Day view. So going back to our custom made sections, we've got this week, next week, this month, etc. So these are the ones I focus on. And what I do is generally at the beginning of the week, or maybe at the end of the week on a Friday, I spend 40 minutes, say, and I go through what I'm going to do next week, and I move things around. You can just drag and drop them. It's nice and easy. So if I go back to my task list, I can see that, yeah, we've got a Black Friday deal. I know that that's starting around now, but we're gonna just put that in the this month bucket, and when I click in there, we've got that on this month, as you can see. Now, going back to the weekly and the daily planning sessions, in the weekly planning session, we should focus on those three. So in this example, you can see that I've added the 4 items into this week. So that's what should be done this week. And then on the daily view, when I'm moving things to my day, I think about what has to be done today, what should be done today, and maybe what I'll get to. But that obviously depends on how busy your calendar is. So one thing to note is this My Day functionality is a very powerful element of Microsoft To Do. Now, it's not exclusive to Microsoft To Do, but I would recommend that if you do look at alternative tools, that you make sure that it has this type of My Day functionality. Not all of them do, that there are many out there. So going back to the My Day view, once we've processed all our tasks, we can see we've got these 2 tasks here. Now, I'm doing this video, so when I want to complete it, I just do the check box. And if you don't complete it by the end of the day, it will disappear out of tomorrow's My Day view, and it just goes back to the this week view. So when you do your planning session the following day, that task is back there, and it may well be a priority for that day. So the method really makes you plan your day, and with those times blocked out to actually work on this, it really starts to build up. Now, when we're actually scheduling, I like to use the calendar side by side with my to-do list. That's an easy way. So we can use our split screen function, and as you can see, I've got to do that. So I will open my calendar, and I can tweak this to say My Day. And also I don't like that view, so let's swap those around. Again, personal preference, and we can see these 2 items. So we're on Thursday here. We could actually flick it onto day view, and yep, okay, so I'm doing this. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to put it in the future just so we can, so just drag and drop it there. This video is probably going to take a couple of hours. Oops. So I can edit this, and we'll make it 2 hours. We'll save that there, and then we'll have a look at our security later on, and we'll just leave that as the default there. So that's a nice and easy way of dragging and dropping these tasks from the various different sections, and really the only one I need to look at is the My Day. Okay, so let's just move back to our To-Do app, and we'll have a look at some of these other sections. So we can see there we've got an important tab. You just click on the star there, and as you can see, it's made that an important task. We've also got a planned view, which is pretty cool. So again, I put a date on this one, and this really starts to build up. So if you miss tasks, it will tell you that you've got your overdue tasks in here. It adds other things, today, tomorrow, this week, all your planned tasks. It really does start to build up. So it's quite a good way of seeing an overview. We've also got assigned to me. So this is generally, it seems to be from Planner, but we'll talk about that in a little while. Flagged email. I must confess, I don't use flagged emails a huge amount anymore because of the category system, and then obviously we've got our generic task view. We can put this in a grid. I prefer to have it in a list, but again, your preference on that one. So I'm briefly going to go back to the assigned to me, and we'll have a quick look at Teams, because that's where I think there's a good tool. So if I click onto Teams here, we can see on the left-hand pane there we've got the planner with the fancy new icon, and we've got the very familiar My Day view. It's slightly different, and we can see our YouTube video. Really nice view actually in Teams. We've got the My Tasks, so that and then that's split into sections. So if I actually do all, we see our NAS2 there that we used before, and also we get the My Plans tab. Now we get a recent view. Obviously we can search, we can do a new plan. I'm not going to spend too long in here because we're delving into things which aren't really the to-do app. But we also see a shared section. So this is items from things like Loop or Project or Planner Premium these days. And again, I tend to have these things open. I use that split screen, option, and I can look at my my entire task list. So that the way I differentiate these, and Microsoft almost do it for you here, is that personal. We can see our this week, our this month, our next week that we saw in the to-do app. And then there's my teams as well. So this is a team I've got, and there's some tasks in there. There's a plan in there. So I think the crux of it is that I look at to do and the Outlook and the calendar as they're my priorities. They're my things to do. Whereas this planner view gives a holistic view of absolutely everything. So it's all your tasks, and it's also all the tasks on projects you may be working in as well. So one thing to note in here, you'll see there is a pin section. Again, I can pop out my this week view, and we'll click in there, and then we see our the bits we talked about before. You can have priorities in here, and also progress, and this works very well for projects. And as I said before, I put time aside in my calendar to work on project work, and not the actual project, just it's project work, and then I'll assign these tasks into that bucket. So that's how I tend to do it. So that's the assign to me. So if things were assigned in there, yeah, they would show up here as well. But I do like to differentiate and use each tool in a particular way. So in conclusion, I think that by spending that 5 minutes a day using the My Day view, dragging your bits from this week into My Day, choosing what you're going to do, and also spending that 40 minutes late on a Friday maybe planning the next 7 days, it does avoid backlogs building up, and it's less stressful, and I hope this video has shown given you some ideas, and also shown that it can be a pretty powerful tool when you combine it using a time-based sector system to sort out your priorities. So thanks very much for watching this video, and as a quick teaser, I think the next video is going to be on storage, so where to use OneDrive, Teams files, and SharePoint. And also, again, as usual with my things, there'll be a system around that, not just how to use them. We'll put a system in place to make the most of them. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.